Small world, the world of informative flashcards. Flashcards and Law on Negotiable Instruments, Part 1. What Act is Negotiable Instruments Law of the Philippines? Act No. 2031. When was Act No. 2031 enacted? It was enacted in February 3, 1911. Define negotiable instrument. Negotiable instrument is a written contracts for the payment of money, which by its form, intended as a substitute for money and intended to pass from hand to give the holder in due course the right to hold the same and collect the sum due. What are the characteristics of negotiable instruments? 1. Negotiability, right of transferee to hold the instrument and collect the sum due. 2. Accumulation of secondary contracts. Instrument is negotiated from person to person. What is the form of negotiable instruments? Section 1. An instrument to be negotiable must conform to the following requirements. A. It must be in writing and signed by the maker or drawer. B. Must contain an unconditional promise or order to pay a sum certain in money. C. Must be payable on demand, or at a fixed or determinable future time. D. Must be payable to order or to bearer, and E. Where the instrument is addressed to a drawee, he must be named or otherwise indicated therein with reasonable certainty. What constitutes certainty as to sum? Section 2. The sum payable is a sum certain within the meaning of this Act, although it is to be paid A. With interest, or B. By stated installments, or C. By stated installments, with a provision that, upon default in payment of any installment or of interest, the whole shall become due, or D. With exchange, whether at a fixed rate or at the current rate, or E. With costs of collection or an attorney's fee, in case payment shall not be made at maturity. When is promise considered unconditional? Section 3. An unqualified order or promise to pay is unconditional within the meaning of this Act, though coupled with A. An indication of a particular fund out of which reimbursement is to be made or a particular account to be debited with the amount, or B. A statement of the transaction which gives rise to the instrument. But an order or promise to pay out of a particular fund is not unconditional. What constitutes determinable future time? Section 4. An instrument is payable at a determinable future time, within the meaning of this Act, which is expressed to be payable A. At a fixed period after date or site, or B. On or before a fixed or determinable future time specified therein, or C. On or at a fixed period after the occurrence of a specified event which is certain to happen, though the time of happening be uncertain. When is instrument considered payable on demand? Section 7. An instrument is payable on demand A. When it is so expressed to be payable on demand, or at sight, or on presentation, or B. In which no time for payment is expressed. Where an instrument is issued, accepted, or endorsed when overdue, it is, as regards the person so issuing, accepting, or endorsing it, payable on demand. When is instrument considered payable to order? Section 8. The instrument is payable to order where it is drawn payable to the order of a specified person or to him or his order. It may be drawn payable to the order of a payee who is not maker, drawer, or drawee, or b. the drawer or maker, or c. the drawee, or d. two or more payees jointly, or e. one or some of several payees, or f. the holder of an office for the time being. Where the instrument is payable to order, the payee must be named or otherwise indicated therein with reasonable certainty. When is instrument considered payable to bearer? Section 9. The instrument is payable to bearer a. when it is expressed to be so payable, or b. when it is payable to a person named therein or bearer, or c. when it is payable to the order of a fictitious or non-existing person, and such fact was known to the person making it so payable, or d. when the name of the payee does not purport to be the name of any person, or e. when the only or last endorsement is an endorsement in blank. What is the presumption where the instrument issued is dated? Section 11. Where the instrument or an acceptance or any endorsement thereon is dated, such date is deemed prima facie to be the true date of the making, drawing, acceptance, or endorsement, as the case may be. Define bill of exchange. Section 126. Bill of exchange is an unconditional order in writing addressed by one person to another, signed by the person giving it, requiring the person to whom it is addressed to pay on demand or at a fixed or determinable future time a sum certain in money to order or to bearer. Define promissory note. Section 135. Promissory note is an unconditional promise to pay in writing made by one person to another, signed by the maker, engaging to pay on demand or a fixed determinable future time a sum certain in money to order or bearer. Defined check. Section 185. Check is a bill of exchange drawn on a bank and payable on demand. Define crossed check. Crossed check is any check that is crossed with two parallel lines, either across the whole check or through the top left-hand corner of the check. Who are the three parties involved in a check? 1. Drawer. 2. Drawee. 3. Payee. Define drafts. A draft is an instrument that orders a payment to be made. Who are the three parties involved in a draft? 1. Drawer. 2. Drawee. 3. Payee. Define negotiability. Negotiability is a legal concept that makes written instruments freely transferable and therefore a readily accepted form of payment in substitution for money. Define manager's check. Manager's check is one drawn by the bank's manager upon the bank itself, and it is similar to a cashier's check both as to effect and use. Is a manager's check a legal tender? Generally, a manager's check is not legal tender, and the creditor may accept or refuse it. But payment by check may be accepted as valid if no prompt objection is made. Define cashier's check. Cashier's check is a check drawn by a bank on its own funds and signed by the cashier. Who are the parties to a bill of exchange? 1. Drawer. 2. Drawee. 3. Payee.